It's all fun and games till someone gets shot.
Very recently on Twitter, Harada was having a discussion with the community talking about Pokken, talking about netcode, talking about all things related to Tekken. But at the end of the discussion, he said something that really made me wonder, what are we going to experience when Tekken 8 comes out? In the trailers and in all of the promotion, you talk about promotion that was done before Tekken 7 even came out. We see this kind of rhetoric and language from Harada that spells the end. He talks about how the feud between Jin, Heihachi, and Kazuya is too harsh. When describing Kazuya's personality, Harada cited him, along with Heihachi and Jin Kazama, as violent characters of Tekken. He described the family as too quarrelsome. Too quarrelsome is what he says about the Mishimas. If you pay attention to what Jin Kazama says to his father, he's not really talking about what Kazuya is doing or what he's done. He's more so talking about the power that he wields and that it's not for this world. We should not be using this power, the devil gene. Even though Kazuya has been in every single game, we really don't understand what that character wants. We know he wanted Heihachi dead, wanted him gone, but what else? I think this will be the most fascinating question that Tekken 8 can possibly answer. What will Kazuya do now that Heihachi is gone? Kazuya's characterization has been influenced by his tragic past. Kazuya started showing signs of being more anti-stereotypical in the story. This was due to him becoming the villain of Tekken 2, clashing with his father Heihachi multiple times. Harada described Kazuya as focused on power, writing that the character addresses the different types of power, and it's shown as a certain reality of people themselves rather than the idea of order and law. And with this, Harada is referring to the sort of corrupt nature of both Heihachi and Kazuya. I have another video coming up on the channel and I want you guys to watch that one as well, but it really dives deep into the lore of Kazumi. But one of the main things about that character is she challenged Akuma. If I do not kill Heihachi, take him out, that man is evil. But she also told Akuma, if my son Kazuya becomes just as corrupt as him, then also take him out. That is why Akuma went after both. It's because Kazuya eventually, inevitably, became just as corrupt, as villainous as his father. There's definitely a deeper meaning to this, and it's more obvious when you talk about Jin and his introduction into Tekken 3. He was classified in his conception as a misfortunate character, which was a part of his dark character arc across the series. Despite their similarities, Jin was a more caring character in contrast to his mean-spirited father Kazuya. This was a result of different upbringings. Jin was raised by Jun Kazama. Kazuya was raised by Kazumi. However, both ended up becoming more alike as characters because of their dark stories, like their shared hatred for Heihachi. The wiki for Jin Kazama was updated once we got the trailer and a news article from IGN about Tekken 8. The upcoming Tekken 8 was revealed with a fight between Jin and his father, which has been building up for several years. While Jin already faced his relatives in previous games from the franchise, in the upcoming one, he is shown in a major conflict with his devil gene, as it keeps absorbing his humanity to the point he becomes Devil Jin in the middle of the fight. However, Harada remarked that the final scene from the trailer involving broken chains act as symbolism to Jin breaking free from the conflicts he has been connected to for several games. This paragraph is a little bit ambiguous, but it speaks to the inner battle both Jin and Kazuya faces. The major difference between Jin and Kazuya versus Jin and Heihachi, or Kazuya and Heihachi, is the fact that both Jin and Kazuya have the devil gene. Both of those characters can relate to what that feeling is like, to what that struggle is like. Even though Jin doesn't like it and he wants to get rid of it, his father can still relate to it and understand the kind of power and the kind of struggles his son is going through. I was asking a live stream, if Kazuya had the upper hand in the fight, do you think he would take the final blow and kill his son? A lot of people said yeah. I don't know why, I just don't feel like that's the character. I just don't feel like that is who Kazuya truly is. We see how much he loves Jun Kazama, and I constantly try to think of something that Jin has done to him personally that cannot be resolved. And I always come back to the answer of nothing. And this kind of goes back to what Harada said about Kazuya being misunderstood. A lot of what he's done was out of revenge or out of spite of Heihachi. But Jin never really crossed that line with him. We were never shown a single event that has pushed those characters over the edge. For example, throwing each other off a mountain. They never done that. And that leaves me with hope that the rivalry between these two, the battle between these two, can end peacefully. Harada has hinted in the past and teased in the past that Tekken 8 will end tragically. Jin wants to get rid of the devil gene and himself in the process. That's very tragic. Kazuya wants to destroy and control the whole world because he views it as his enemy, as a threat. That is also very tragic. But I still feel like with the introduction of Jun Kazama and other characters that acts as the harborer of peace, Zhao Yu, Asuka, Angel, maybe there's a way for these two characters to come to some sort of resolution. In this video, I just want to try and talk about what it means for Kazuya to be misunderstood. What will we see in Tekken 8 that we have not seen so far? Thank you everyone for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you all in the next one.